Hello, my friends. Please forgive the lateness of this particular rumor discussion. This all came out last week, and I'm only just now getting to it. But it doesn't matter that we are late. It matters that we showed up. And so basically, the person who leaked the CAD models of the Switch 2 system last year has now leaked models for the dock itself. I don't know where this person is getting these things. But here you go. Now we have a good look at the Switch dock, Switch 2 dock. As always, this is still technically not fully confirmed. It's technically a rumor or whatever, but like it all lines up. It all lines up with every other look we've gotten of the dock so far. It's real. It's 100% real. So we have 5 images here. There's the bottom of the dock there. We have a pretty good view of a top-down. You can see kind of inside. We'll go back over these in a minute. Kind of see the back here, kind of at a side angle there, and then the front, the most exciting view of all, which that has been confirmed, at least in the reveal trailer. That is basically what it looked like. So there you go. But let's take a look at some of these more revealing images. This one here is pretty good. Really, we don't have like absolute confirmation of every single like port, or at least not all of the details of the ports, but we basically can make out just about everything important. Yeah, here we can see that it's just gonna, connect to the system in the same way the original did. There's like, it really just looks like another Switch dock. It doesn't really look like anything has been dramatically improved. When the Switch was announced, I really imagined more of like I don't know, more support for the system. And I was hoping that with a brand new dock for a brand new system, there'd be a little bit, I don't know, there's something, you're just really just sliding it right in. There's nothing like keeping it on a track. I always imagine like some sort of track or something, just so that it doesn't feel like you're just slopping it in there and just hoping that you hit the connector, and then once it hits the connector, it just kind of falls into place. But there's nothing really guiding it beyond that. And I don't know, I guess the more I think about it, the more I'm like, what even am I looking for? I think really all I'm imagining is like an actual like rail system, like an actual like divot on the system itself or something that like it slips in. And I guess that's not really realistic. That would require changing the shape of the system itself just so it fit into the dock better. You would essentially have to have just a system of like one thing has a bump on it and one thing has a divot, and that's how it slides in. And I guess this really is the most simple way to do it. You just just fit it in and hope you hit that thing. I don't know, maybe someday we'll get a better version. Maybe it'll still feel better somehow, but at least from here, it really does not look different whatsoever. It's still just a big rectangle. There's a little kind of a pad thing there just to help it not scratch the screen. But really you're just kind of flumping it down in there and okay, whatever, I guess. But yeah, like I was saying, we can see, we can kind of get a feel for the ports. That does look like an Ethernet port right there, built right in. I would imagine it was gonna have it built in. It was almost like silly that the original didn't. So like, I don't know, it seems like a reasonable upgrade for Switch 2 to have it built in. I don't know what that's probably USB-C, and yeah, USB-C, HDMI, and then 2 regular old USBs on the side. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't think, I don't know if there's going to be any other secrets or surprises here, or if that's really basically going to be it for ports, but I don't know what else we would want, really just the Ethernet. Makes sense. We can, however, see that there's a good bit of just extra shapeage to the thing. It sticks out a little bit more here, and we've got a lot of these little like these little thingies, these kind of slats, and it is possible that that's going to be like for cooling or something. I don't really know, because like down here it's a little bit closer to the system itself. This one is kind of sticking out a little bit, but like, do those lead through? Like, are there holes there? Are all of these for cooling? I don't know, but we do know that this dock is going to be pulling more power than the original. I can't remember the exact numbers. What were they saying? This one is going to be like 60 watt and the original was 48 watt or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, more If it's true that these are for cooling, then that's good, because cooling was a bit of an issue on the original Switch. I never had a problem. It kind of just seems to differ from person to person, maybe even unit to unit, or perhaps just the games they were playing. But some people did have heating and even warping issues, especially early on in the Switch's life. And if this thing is just going to be bigger and meatier and more powerful, then there you go. More cooling options, more just holes in the dock itself. And so that could be pretty good. That could be good. I don't know what that is. What is that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And here's one thing, though. One thing I'm wondering. The little door on the back. Is there not going to be like a little door? Because this really just looks like this sticks out and the cords come out here. But they're not really contained. You know how it's got that little flap? And they kind of made it a little bit better on the OLED model. Now it's just kind of sticking out. And I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I liked it being contained behind the little door and coming out of like just one little part of the dock itself. So I don't know about this. If it's not really contained at all, maybe it won't be a big problem. But yeah, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see on that one. I think the Switch dock has always been... It's always been a bit of a problem just because, you know, the Switch is relatively small and the dock is relatively small. So it's not very heavy, and so it always just kind of moves around, you know, on the TV stand or whatever. The cords are like stronger than the dock is heavy, especially when there's no Switch in it. So I don't know, I feel like it would be nice if they put like, even just like weights or something, like make the dock itself heavier. Would be nice, so perhaps the cords won't be as much of a problem, because we at the very least know it is bigger. I'm sure, you know, the Switch 2 itself is kind of bigger, and so I imagine that the dock is a little bit bigger too. So maybe that'll be better, but just it'd be nice to have a little bit more heft to the thing. So yeah, that's basically it. That is allegedly the new dock. Looks like a dock. looks like a Switch dock with some ports and stuff, and whatever that is, except that, I mean, there's just a little, is it just, what is it, just a screw in there? Is it just gonna be a screw? Why is it on that side and that side? Why does it stick out? If this is just a piece of plastic, what does that do? What, you put a coin in? Is that where the coin goes in, or is that where the gumball comes out? I'm not completely sure. But it won't be long now before all of this is made completely official. Less than a month. We are less than a month away from the big reveal presentation. Can you believe that? We're here already. Less than a month. That's... It's gonna be here like tomorrow. Like, it really is. It's gonna feel like tomorrow it's gonna be here. I'm getting scared and excited. I'm just so curious. I really just want to know what flavor of tiny gumballs is gonna come out of that little hole.